Good morning, y'all. It's Cody's Bait and Tackle, Warsaw, Missouri. Going to talk a little bit about the fishing here. The crappie, they are on the banks. Pretty well everybody's catching them. It's still pretty spotty, but if you're not finding them, keep moving and you'll find them there. This little bit of a cold front, it might back them off a little bit, but they're still going to be close to the bank. The areas they haven't come to the bank yet, I've been hearing are right down on the bottom, stuck in the mud. You can't hardly see them even if your wife's scoping. A lot of them guys are like Austin yesterday was talking about. You just see a little bump on the bottom, and that's the crappie. That you can catch them on jigs, minnows. Most people that's coming in the shop are throwing little Roadrunner heads with a little curly tail or paddle tail or like a Bobby Garland on it, something like that, something small. You can throw them under a bobber or just slow retrieve them. 1.5 foot, anywhere from 1 foot to 2 foot deep, really. That's about all I've got on the crappie. The dead water, it's still pretty good. Even a few guides down there catching limits for their clients down there spider rigging. Off the rock side, just like casting and stuff, early of a morning, late of an evening's the best bite. Jigs have been producing better off the rocks. Anything with glitter, blue and white, monkey milk and chartreuse, white and chartreuse, I did good on last weekend. Them normal springtime colors, black and chartreuse. You get it in the right spot, they'll hit just about anything right now. As far as on the catfish report, they're catching them scattered all over. This is without getting rain, this is a pretty hard month to pattern. Your best bet if you want to catch a bunch of fish, just get somewhere they're cleaning spoonbill and you'll find a bunch of fish there. Other than that, they're going to be pretty scattered. There'll be little pockets of them scattered all over right now. The water on the upper lake was 67 degrees, so them fish are starting to scatter back out on your mud flats. They're starting to transition in between the creeks and the ledges to staying on the mud flats. So you'll catch a few here and a few there. You got to do a lot of moving this time of year. It's still, you can probably do some drift fishing right now, but it's still a little bit early. So fresh cut shad's always going to be the best on catfish, especially this time of year. Guys running lines, they're catching some pretty good fish, probably running off them ledges, right up against the bluffs, stuff like that. Catching them fish that are traveling from your creeks to your mud flats and where they end up staying most of the summer. So, as far as on spoonbill, I haven't had a whole lot of people asking in the shop about them. A couple people a day. There's not a lot of people fishing for them. Most people have switched over to crappie. On Lake of the Ozarks, anywhere from about the 82 mile marker down, there's some scattered fish. You're not going to find any big schools of them. You can sit there and work on Lake of the Ozarks, really. Every so often I'll see one of the guides, they did find a pocket of them and sat there and cleaned house, but overall it's still pretty rough on Lake of the Ozarks. I've kept real quiet about the spoonbill this year. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings out there, but I think they're getting way overpressured. So especially on Lake of the Ozarks. Truman isn't quite as bad, but you give it time. Lake of the Ozarks, if it gets rough enough, a lot of the guides from down there will end up coming up to Truman, and then it's going to get overpressured just the same way. I hope that don't happen, but it's getting hit pretty hard right now still. And it's got to the point pretty well, if you see a boat, it's going to be another guide. There's not a lot of individuals out fishing. So everything's kind of changing on the spoonbill, but if you work at it, you can still catch them. As far as the spoonbill on Truman, there's still spoonbills scattered all the way from Tally Bend up to Taborville, but they are real spotty. This week I've caught most of mine in the shallows. You know, yesterday I was catching fish that wasn't 6-7 foot deep. Most people can't catch them fish. I even struggle with them. Chad Short, he's real good at catching them. He's got them shallow fish figured out. There's still a lot of fish up there, but you've got to figure them out. You know, it's not just like normal, go pull lead and catch them. So that's about all I've got for you guys today. Probably starting next week, I'll start doing a more steady fishing report. Get back to talking about the kids' crappie and catfish tournament we're doing in the shop. We are getting a few kids bringing fish in, so that's good, and new kids coming in. I haven't been posting much on it here lately, but I'll try to get that started back up here next week. I'm hoping once some of these kids start getting out of school, we get a lot more kids in that tournament, but right now we're not getting a whole lot. So if you can, share the word. Grandkids, neighbor kids, your kids, you know, they catch a fish, bring them in. You know, we'll try to get them some kind of little prize or something if they come in with the fish. So that's about all I've got for you. I appreciate it, and I'll try to keep you guys updated on what's going on with the fishing here in the next couple weeks. Thank you.